is on the face. I thought everyone would be here because everyone wants to be beautiful.
Because everyone has a face.
Because everyone has a face, yes. And it's a fascinating subject. It's something that I've been fascinated about, how transparent the face is when it comes to our health. And I think a lot of people don't really realize that. So we're going to get into a lot of detail about the face and the beauty of our face and how it really has nothing to do with the face ourselves. It has everything to do with the actual health of your body and your internal organs. I forgot to mention the motto I go by, since there's a couple new people here. The motto I go by is we love God, we love people, and we love health. So, let's start off on the face by talking about the face and how it has meaning. Literally every line, every wrinkle, every bump, every mole, every crease on your face has a meaning and a purpose behind it. Okay, it doesn't just happen. Okay, most newborn babies have perfectly beautiful, soft skin. What do they call it? Baby soft or baby butt skin or whatever. So, right? I mean, you know, and then as we age, then, you know, things start to appear. So that isn't just random. That isn't just aging. That is absolutely determined based on your current state of health. And you can very quickly and easily determine on what's going on inside your body by understanding how to read the face. Now, this is something that, you know, if you go to your conventional medical doctor and you say, hey, can you look at my face and see what's going on? He's probably going to think you're crazy.
Yeah.
However, throughout history, you know, what have we had to determine what's going on with someone's health? We didn't have diagnostic machines and tools and x-ray machines and CAT scans and all these different things. So, amazingly, throughout history, health practitioners have actually had to pay attention to the person to figure out what's going on with it. Isn't that an amazing concept? They actually had to look at the person and talk to the person and really assess what's going on with them. And they've been able to, you know, over the years and working with different people, you know, look for different signs and symptoms to figure out what's going on with people. And one of the best ways to do that is just by physically looking at someone. So, one of the important points here is that, you know, if you want to have a beautiful face, if you want to have beautiful skin, what options do you have? Okay. I won't ask anybody to raise their hand what kind of treatments they've had. But we kind of have this perception that, you know, we want to go somewhere, we want to sit in a chair, and we want to have somebody do something to us and make us beautiful. Okay? One of the problems with that is, you know, we're not taking responsibility for our own health. But I don't think that's a good solution. And unfortunately, a lot of the things that are going on there, what's happening? They're cutting us, surgery. Okay, that's artificial, that's superficial. They're burning us. They're infecting us with botulism. You know, if anybody's heard of Botox, that's disgusting. I don't know why people would do that. But a lot of the things going on out there, first of all, they just don't make sense. But it's superficial, it's artificial, and I think if people knew that the things going on in their face has to do with their internal health, they might know that they have alternatives, that they have other options, they have other things they can do. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't want to do that because it actually takes work. Yeah. And that sometimes, you know, therein lies the challenge, right?
You have any more handouts?
I don't think I do. You know what, Dad, can you forfeit yours?
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, so I just put a little thing. What does not make you look or feel better? Plastic surgery, fad diets, magic pills, drugs, fancy clothes, nice cars. It's not what make you look good and feel good. We live in a world of false reality. However, your face doesn't lie. Okay, you know, unfortunately, you can tell the current state of someone's health very quickly by looking at their face. And I think a lot of people know examples, or they've seen people that, you know, they know that they're young, they're in their mid-20s or early 30s, and you can just tell by their face that they've abused their bodies. You know, whether that's from drug use or alcohol use, or, you know, usually at a young age it's something serious, it's some kind of addictive substance or something like that, unfortunately. But you can tell that pretty quickly by looking at someone. On aging, I just want to make the point not to accept aging. Okay? We're all going to age. We're all going to die. We can't reverse aging, but we can age gracefully, and we can age beautifully. And in fact, there's many cultures around the world that have been doing this for thousands of years and still are. Unfortunately, in America, it's more difficult because we seem to have a lot more factors working against us, especially with our current state of our food supply and environmental toxins and everything else going on, stress, whatever. But if you make excuses for it, if you say, oh, it's stress, or it's just aging, or I'm just getting old, or whatever, then you're not taking responsibility for yourself or for your health. And I don't like that kind of self-defeatist attitude. So there's other ways. You have a choice. You have a choice if you want to be healthy or not. So let's move on. Let's talk about the skin. If anybody has any questions, throw them up. We'll answer it right away. Let's talk about skin conditions, okay? Because I don't think there's probably one exception in here. If there is, I want to hear about it. But I don't think there's one exception to somebody who hasn't dealt with some type of pimples or acne or a rash or a mole or something that just drove them nuts or something that itched or some breakout that they had, or everybody's experienced something like that. Okay, everything that happens on the body and the skin is a perfect, quick indicator of something going on, of a warning sign, of a signal. The body's sending us a signal. Okay, things again don't just happen by accident. So everything is a signal or a warning by the body to let us know that there's something going on. There's something we need to look at. There's a concern. Okay, the skin is one of the best examples of that. Think of all the different skin conditions that exist. Okay, we've heard of dermatitis and rosacea and eczema and psoriasis. And everybody probably knows somebody who is dealing or has dealt with one of those types of skin conditions. Skin cancers, melanoma, things like that. Again, that's the body sending you a signal that something is wrong, that something needs to be dealt with. Absolute 100% fact that all skin conditions are a result of a problem inside the body. Okay? To me, it's logical sense. I don't know why it isn't to skin doctors. But did suddenly you just have unhealthy skin? Like, how do you just have unhealthy skin? Like, I have my skin, it's just suddenly got a disease. Okay? That's not the way it works. Now, that being said, we probably all know somebody who's gone suntanning too much and has damaged their skin. Okay, that is skin damage. You can damage your skin from chemicals, from certain work environments. People who work in beauty salons and around a lot of chemicals can damage their skin. So there is ways you can damage the skin, but 99% of the time of skin conditions is a problem from the inside out. Okay, and almost every time it's a dysfunction of the liver and or the colon. Okay, because everything that enters the body has to be filtered through and removed from the body. And if the body's overworked and overburdened, what's our largest elimination organ is actually the skin. So if the liver can't take care of it, the colon can't take care of it, it's going to start pushing it out through the skin. Simple as that. So if you look at like psoriasis and eczema, all that is that's the body pushing poisons and toxins out of the body. And these poisons, these toxins, actually kill the skin cells. As the body's pushing them out, it's damaging the skin cells. That's why you get those dry, rough patches. That's a toxic buildup of stuff coming out of the body. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I just want to make sure I didn't lose anybody. So, unfortunately, we live in a world and we live in an age of medicine where we ignore history. We don't pay attention to the human body. We only look at symptoms and not the deep underlying cause and issue of what's going on. So if you go to a dermatologist, he's going to give you one of two things probably. What does a dermatologist give you?
Antibiotic.
Antibiotic, maybe, yeah. What else? Cream, right? What else? Maybe even steroids, right? So what does that do? I mean, that is superficially treating the symptom. There's no effort to find out what's going on in the body and causing your skin to have these types of issues or these problems. Melanoma, okay, skin cancer. Forever, we assumed that the sun caused skin cancer. And we now know that the sun prevents skin cancer. In fact, I've read studies that show workers who work inside have higher rates of skin cancer than workers who work outside. The sun is known to prevent all types of cancer. What melanoma comes from is, again, toxins inside the body being pushed out. And when these toxins hit the surface of the skin and the sun hits them, it damages the skin so bad that it causes external cancer. Okay? So it's not the sun that's actually causing it, it's the toxins that are causing it. Okay? And there's amazing things you can do for skin cancer these days. Amazing things. We're going to talk about some things, but I have a cream called Chaga Skin Cream, and it works on melanomas like that. I had a lady put it on her husband's ear who had a tumor on his ear, and the tumor fell off in a month. Yeah, so there's some really powerful things you can do. But it all, and we'll talk about it, but it all has to do with taking care of the inside of your body. Okay, so dry skin, and I'm just going to give you just a few basic examples of some things, and then I'm going to show you a couple pictures of some things, and then if we want, we can play with each other's faces. That's okay. And I'll show you what's going on with me, just to use myself as a guinea pig, okay? So dry skin. The obvious one would be dehydration, but it can be much more than that. Liver weakness and congestion. Again, dry, patchy skin shows potentially too many fried foods, excessive meat and dairy consumption, or too much stress. Freckles. A lot of people super freckly. I was always super freckly growing up. Okay, found out what that means afterwards, and looking at my childhood, it was absolutely 100% accurate. But people who are super freckly eat a lot of sugar. Simple as that. Now, you might have been born that way because mom and dad ate a lot of sugar. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean it was you. But if you have lots of freckles covering your whole body, that's sugar consumption.
So they're not hereditary then, freckles?
Well, like I said, your mom and dad might have eaten a lot of sugar.
So that part is
and that passed on to you, you know, which may have made you more prone to eating sugar, or maybe not.
Yeah.
You know, but it's somewhere in the family. Doesn't mean it started with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pimples, fats, oils, sugar, and stress. But a big one, especially I see this a lot with women, is mucus. Too much mucus in the body. And the mucus will actually surround the reproductive organs. So a lot of women that get cysts and fibroids and things like that, just way too much mucus surrounding the reproductive organs. So too much dairy products, too much sugar, things of that nature. And again, one of the defense mechanisms of the body will try to push that out through the skin. Okay, and a lot of people get acne and things like that. And we'll talk about specifically where that is on the face, so you guys can kind of know.
Well, why is it that young adolescents, you know, what, 13, 14, 16, you know, that age group seems to be the one that gets the most pimples?
Oh, sure.
And
Yeah. Hormonal stuff. Yeah, it's such a combination of things. I mean, it's hormones, but what is hormones? I mean, dairy products. You know, kids are starting to drink cow's milk when they're 1 or 2 years old, and there's hormones in that. You know, sugar. You know, kids are eating sugar, so there's a lot of reasons for it. White spots on the skin is almost always an infection. So some type of a fungal infection, a bacterial infection, maybe even parasites. So the first immediate thing you want to do is you want to stop the excess simple carbohydrates, dairy products, and sugar. Varicose veins, poor circulation, simple as that. You need vitamin C to strengthen the integrity of the veins and arteries, but it's moving. You need to move. Okay? And again, got to cut down on bread, sugar, alcohol, things of that nature. And then eczema and psoriasis, I already kind of mentioned that. So, and then the next page I'm going to get into how to cleanse the body. But first, let me show you some stuff about the face, just to give you an idea of kind of what I look for when I work with people. just to kind of give a quick indicator of what's going on with someone just by looking at them. And it always kind of freaks them out. I love that. So this is the top of the head. Okay, a lot of people start balding right in the middle of their head. That's heart. So that's something to be concerned about. That's heart and digestive. And the front side of the head is kidneys, bladder, reproductive organs. If you start balding there, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, if you're balding on the back side. So here's where the money's at. So we got, this is the whole face. This is awesome. So again, if you're balding in the front, kidneys, reproductive system, bladder, lines and wrinkles on the forehead, that's intestinal issues. Okay, small intestine, large intestine. The other main one to look for when it comes to colon health are these lines that come from your nose down to your mouth. Okay? Everybody's like wishing they had a mirror right now. So, large intestine, small intestine, colon. Okay, colon is the 5 feet here. Upper colon, okay, so ascending colon, transcendent colon, descending colon. And a lot of people have a really weak colon will have really deep grooves out of the corners of their mouth down, okay, and very oftentimes have hemorrhoids. So anybody I see with really deep lines right here, ask them if they have hemorrhoids, and like 9 times out of 10, they're like, yeah.
So I hope that's just when people are in your office.
Oh, right, yeah. Off the street, be like, hey, yeah. Okay, so there's a lot here, but a couple of the main ones to really look at. The nose, really important for heart health. Okay, so people who have inflamed noses, that's an inflamed heart. You ever seen like older people that have like a big puffy nose? That is a heart attack waiting to happen. So you know that that's a potential heart issue. The redness of the nose, okay? You know, people who drink too much alcohol, alcoholics, often have that red nose. The other thing to look for in the heart, it's not on here, but it's creases in the ears. Okay, so especially horizontal deep creases in the earlobes. Okay, so you want to look at the ears and you want to look at the nose when it comes to heart health.
And so what if they're
that's very
vertical?
important. Huh?
And what if they're vertical creases? Because I know people have vertical, not horizontal.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I know that's heart, the earlobes. So another important one that's related to intestinal health is around the lips, okay, just above the lips and below the lips. People have dry, chapped lips all the time. You don't just have dry, chapped lips. There's a reason you have dry, chapped lips. And obviously it's a problem in the colon. A lot of people break out with sores around their mouth that a lot of times won't go away or keep reoccurring, or cold sores or things like that. That's all intestinal tract health, all of that, okay? So now we can look at, well, they don't, oh yeah, endocrine, yeah. So right here, so this is colon right here. You go out just about a ½ inch to here, and your chin, that's reproductive, okay? This is hormones, okay? So a lot of people, when they're having hormonal issues, or teenagers, if teenagers are breaking out in acne really bad, if all the acne's here, it's hormones, okay? If it's everywhere else, it's pizza. No, so that's a really clear indicator. This reproductive area is important because not just acne, but women, for example, will grow hair here. You know that's a hormone problem. You know, maybe they're testosterone dominant, too much testosterone, something like that. But you can find all that right here on the chin. The other area I always look at is well, this one's kind of interesting, stomach. Okay, if somebody has an allergic reaction or reaction to food, or just ate a huge meal, they'll get red flesh cheeks. Okay, that's stomach. And then one of the main areas I always look is around the eyes. You can tell so much from the eyes. The obvious one a lot of people may have heard or know about is right under the eyes is kidneys. Okay, so if you have really inflamed puffy eyes, that shows inflamed kidneys. Okay, some people have really dark, almost black under their eyes. You want to work on your kidneys. Let's just put it at that. I mean, that's something you seriously want to look at. But that whole area around your eyes is kidneys. Crow's feet, right? Out here, that's liver. Okay? And then adrenal glands, which so many people have adrenal exhaustion too, is right in the back corners of your eyes right here. Sometimes it'll form like almost like a bean-shaped pocket in the corners of the eyes there. That's adrenal fatigue and adrenal weakness. So those are a lot of the things I commonly look for with people. Now, probably one of the most important ones that you'll see in so many people is liver. Liver, gallbladder areas, gallstones, congested liver. That's right in between the forehead. Okay, those grooves in between your forehead. Some people have one on each side. Okay, so everybody look at your neighbor and tell them one thing. No, I'm just kidding. So you guys are looking. Okay, so if you looked at my face, okay, what do you see? If anyone wants to be bold enough.
Lines, I think. Lines.
Okay. Lines where?
Between your, just between your eyebrows.
Right.
Yeah, what about that?
Yep.
What is
Right here. That's
What
liver.
else? Yep. Yep. So the lines I have on my face are my liver, right here, which is liver congestion, because I still have lots of gallstones and liver congestion from growing up eating meat 3 meals a day and eating ice cream every day. So I'm still flushing those gallstones out of my system. And then I have these lines right here, which is colon. Okay, so that's what I'm still working on.
Do you still have one out, like a quarter of an inch over from the colon, just adrenal and endocrine?
That's endocrine. Yeah, I don't think I do.
I thought you did.
Well, you got good
Smile
vision.
again.
You got good eyesight.
Smile again.
What's
Smile
that?
again.
When I smile, that's different.
What happens, you've got that, problem, and then let's say you do a lot of clients, and you take liver, blocks and do everything you say, and you get it all cleaned up. Do they start going away?
Oh, absolutely. 100% they go away. No doubt about it. Yep. Yep. I mean, they formed for a reason. You heal the body, they'll disappear. Absolutely. So.
Have you seen anybody heal? He said they look beautiful afterwards.
I actually recently started taking pictures of people. Yeah, because I want to have kind of the visual evidence. I've never really done that before, but I definitely started doing that. So anyway, any questions on that? I mean, there's more, but that's.
What about like
that's a basic.
white spots? Like you have white bumps around your eye?
Well, same thing. So okay, well I'm glad you said that. Okay, so let's say you have a rash, or acne, or white spots, or a mole, or something on your skin. You want to look at what part of the body that correlates to. Okay, because that tells you something. Okay, so if you have spots around your eyes, that shows that's kidneys. Okay, so that might be a sign of an infection or something in your kidneys. Because remember, the white spots is usually an infection,
Oh, that's right. Okay.
right? So you can kind of piece all that together. So yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah.
So liver spots, so it's not just liver spots, but if you have them all over in different locations, are those just the locations on, so if I got one here, it's my stomach, and if I have one over here, it's my right lung? Or are liver spots just plain old liver spots?
Well, it's hard to know if all around your body if they're liver spots. Most liver spots are pretty concentrated on the hands and things like
I
that.
got 3 on my face, that's what I'm asking. different
Yeah.
Locations.
No, well, yeah, I mean, still, you want to look at that location because, again, that's where the body's throwing off toxins and throwing off poisons. But liver spots is not just a sign of aging; it's a sign of a weak and a decongested liver or congested liver. So you definitely want to work on that. Yeah.
I have a question about what moles are, and then also, babies are born with what they call birthmarks.
Yeah.
What is that?
I honestly don't know. I've never researched birthmarks. Any mole or it's just an abnormal growth, abnormal tissue growth. Okay.
Is it toxin?
Oh yeah, it's toxic material coming out of the body and just concentrating in that area. Yeah. But it's the same with cysts and tumors and all those types of things that grow inside our body. It's just abnormal cells and abnormal tissue.
Well, I'm curious because I was swimming at the gym pool for 6 years and then all of a sudden, and they claim they didn't change anything about the water. I'm and other people are getting all this breakout on our skin from the water, and the quantities of chlorine and this and that haven't changed. And he's tried all of the obvious bacteria treatments, and nothing seems to work. And is there a change in your skin's response as you age? I just don't get it. Why is there the breakout? But there are other pools I don't notice it so much.
Sure. Well, it's hard to know exactly, but the bottom line is the body can deal with a lot. Okay, a lot of stuff thrown at it, and eventually it gets to a saturation point where it can't deal with it anymore. So it might be different for every person. So if you're swimming in the pool, and this is common with swimmers, you're swimming in the pool every day, and you're loading your body full of chlorine every day. Well, when you're young and you're an Olympic athlete, your body's going to filter that and process that, and you'll probably be okay. But as we age, we know our organs start to weaken and not work quite as well. So if we start swimming at the age of 60 and our liver's not functioning that great, it might not take very long for that chlorine to build up to the point where the liver can't handle it and it starts pushing it out through the skin. So that very well could be what's happening. But it's hard to know for sure. But obviously it has something to do with it. It has something to do with the water.
Water.
It's happening with everybody in your class, so.
No, not everybody, just there's a minority.
Well, but still, it's happening with more than one person.
Yeah.
So there's a trend there, so definitely something to that.
One more question on your face thing.
Yes.
There's one right here on this.
Pancreas.
Pancreas. Where's
Yeah,
that? I just see it.
A deep horizontal line right here is pancreas dysfunction.
I could see that there was a word there, but I couldn't
Is
see
there
it.
something written on the lip? What's that on the lower lip?
Small intestine, large intestine, all around the lips.
What happens with the pancreas? Is that a
Yeah, you'll see a vertical, a horizontal deep groove right there on the bridge of the nose. Okay. That was fun. So how do you get healthy skin, and how do you have a healthy face? A healthy, beautiful, radiant, glowing, shining face. The first thing is detox, period. If you have toxins in your body and your organs are congested, those lines on your face aren't going to go away. So you have to cleanse, you have to detox. That's why as we age, we get more wrinkles. It's not just because we're old, okay? There's plenty of cultures around the world, and I think all of you know this, that there's people that are 70 and 80 and 90 years old, and their skin is smooth and beautiful and fantastic looking. Okay, so it doesn't have to be just aging. Okay, so if your face is starting to develop a lot of wrinkles and things, you want to look into cleansing and detoxing. I kind of give an order, just a general order for what I think is the importance of cleansing. I believe it all starts with the colon, so you definitely want to get your intestinal tract first cleaned out. Most people have some type of colon grooves. So that's the first one. Liver, gallbladder second, kidneys, lymphatic system, and the blood. So you want to cleanse those toxins and poisons out of your body. You want to get your organs functioning and working properly. And you'll see a change. You'll see an absolute change in your face if you do that. The second step is contaminants. There's just so many contaminants in our world, so many chemicals in our world. And, again, some of the obvious ones, people who have long-term abuse of alcohol or cigarettes or things of that nature, you'll see it in their face, okay? So those types of contaminants, and I kind of listed some of those at the body, what destroys your skin: drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, and sugar. Sugar is one that definitely people take for granted, and you guys don't know this because you haven't been here before, but every single class I talk about sugar, okay, because it is an absolute poison to the body. And next Monday, if anybody's interested, I'm doing a sugar addiction class at Tasteful Olive in downtown Overland Park.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And where is that exactly?
It's old downtown Overland Park, but I can give you the information afterwards. So, yeah, those are the things you want to work on. If you want to have healthy skin. Sugar, just to give as an example, it breaks down the immune system and it breaks down the collagen matrix of the skin. Okay, your skin has to have certain nutrients to be healthy. Toxins will destroy that. It's as simple as that. We tend not to focus or stress too much on things that destroy us slowly. You know, if it's not something that we consume and immediately die, then we just don't think it's that bad for us. Okay, but all these contaminants will have a long-term effect. So I just listed some of them here. A lot of these, the reasons I listed a lot of these is because they're found in so many cosmetic products. I mean, cosmetic products are just loaded with chemicals, chemical after chemical after chemical after chemical. And it's just so ironic that we put man-made petroleum-based chemicals on our face to make us look good. Like, it's just, the irony of it is just insane. But I listed some of the main ones here, just so you guys know. Hair dyes are very, very dangerous. And you can get natural hair dyes at the health food store. They work. They really work. So, and then my general rule of thumb is if you wouldn't eat it, don't wear it. Because if you're wearing it, you're eating it. Okay? Everything goes through your skin. You put something on your skin, it immediately is in your blood. Like that. Okay? So if you wouldn't eat it, don't put it on your face. Don't put it on your skin. Oh, I wanted to make one point on cleansing, especially when it comes to the colon, because I know some people are freaked out by that. When it comes to beauty, there's something that athletes know, and there's something that actors and actresses know, and there's something that supermodels know. They know that their beauty, although it's from God, they can't take it for granted, and they might not always stay that way if they don't work on it. And they know and understand the benefits of cleansing. If you actually went to Hollywood, you would find colon hydrotherapy centers on every single block. There might be more of them than McDonald's, I don't know. Every single block. Okay? In here, we have Chiefs cheerleaders and Chiefs players. And lots of people come in here that know that you have to cleanse to stay healthy and to stay looking good. That's not common mainstream information for the rest of us. So I think it's important that everybody knows that. Okay? So if they know it's good, then I'm just trying to encourage you to maybe try it if you're kind of on the fence about it. Okay? So some examples of some things supplements you can take that are just amazing, amazing for your skin. And it all comes down to what's your skin made of. Okay? It's made of minerals. It's made of collagen. It's made of water. It's made of essential fats. It's made of amino acids. So there's certain nutrients that your body needs to have healthy skin. So just putting a cream on it, okay, it's going to help the immediate skin cells that cream is touching if it's something of decent quality. But to have truly beautiful skin, it all comes down to the health of the inside of your body and making sure you have enough minerals and enough fats and enough hydration and enough water. So minerals, I'm huge on minerals. Another thing I talk about in every class is minerals. So make sure you're taking a good quality mineral supplement. And to be specific, I gave 2 minerals that are the absolute key to having beautiful skin. The first one is sulfur. Sulfur is the foundation mineral for all beauty, period. Okay? Sulfur is one of the main building blocks of hair, skins, joints, ligaments, tissues, everything in the body. And the cool thing about sulfur is you can get high amounts in something called MSM, and it's not expensive at all. So, and MSM, man, I know we're talking about skin and health and beauty, but MSM is like one of those ridiculous, I don't want to say cure-all, but one of those amazing, amazing things you can put in your body, because they're using it for cancer, they're using it for pain, joints, it alleviates inflammation, it's going to help your hair, skin, nails. I mean, just MSM is amazing, amazing stuff. Works on infectious organisms like bacteria, candida, fungus, parasites, on and on. The other mineral that is key is silica. Okay? Also, silica, the #1 mineral you want to take for bone health. Okay? Silica is the building block, just like sulfur is one of the main building blocks of hair, skins, joints, ligaments, tissues, tendons. An easy example of this is, who knows what the highest source of silica is on the planet?
Metals.
What's the strongest, sturdiest plant on the
Bamboo.
planet?
It says it in your bamboo.
Oh, yeah.
I almost won.
So bamboo, you know, I mean, that stuff is rock solid, and that's silica. That's the highest known source of silica. That's one of the secrets of people in Asia. They put bamboo in everything. So all their soups and stews that they make, there's always bamboo in it. Okay, and you wonder why their skin looks awesome when they're 90. Okay, silica, very important. We can get it here. Horsetail. Horsetail is the most common one around here. It grows in the creek ditches all over the place, but you can buy the supplement too if you don't want to go fishing in the creek. Nettles, stinging nettles, which also grows all around here, is also a very good source. Bentonite clay. This is what you go to the spa for and pay $120 for. That clay costs like 7 cents.
Yeah.
But you can make your own clay little mud pack. Mix some aloe vera juice or some apple cider vinegar and make a little mud pack and put it on your face. Pulls all the toxins and everything right out of your body. So not just great for pulling toxins out of the face, but it also works on infections, slivers, wounds, you know, all kinds of different things.
I like to do it on my feet. It feels cool and really good.
You do it on your feet?
Yeah.
That's cool. Just for fun.
Well, I'll take a bath and I'll have my feet outside the bathtub with the clay soaking on it.
Nice. Do you mix the clay with anything? Just water? Sweet.
Where do you get the clay?
I have some here. I have it in bulk and I have it in little containers. And it's pretty cheap.
It's not the same as the one that you use to put in the pond in order to make the pond hold water. You know,
Probably is. It might be. I don't know.
If a pond is making too much water and
Sure.
the fish are dying,
Yeah.
which happened to us, actually, we went out and got a bag of bentonite.
Right.
Poured it in, but it still didn't, I guess it wasn't.
That's what this is. It's bentonite clay.
It's the same thing.
Probably is. There you go.
That's-
Essential fatty acids. So almost everybody's been told over and over and over again how you have to have essential fatty acids, and you hear about omega-3s, 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 right? Okay, what's the highest sources of omega-3s? Fish and flax, you got it. What's the skin composed of? Go ahead, read your sheet. Omega-6s, okay? Omega-3s aren't in the skin. So you want to have beautiful skin, you need omega-6s. That's why you eat seeds. Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, evening primrose, borage, hemp. Hemp is the highest source of omega-6s. Udo, who's one of the pioneers of beneficial fats, did a survey of all his clientele, and he said, you know, what's the main benefits of taking the Udo's oil? Because athletes take it, and it's great for muscles, it's great for so many things. The number one response was, I love the way it makes my skin look. Was the number one response. Because it has the omega-6s in it. And so many people are missing those because A, they're so focused on omega-3s and just doing tons of fish oil, which is fine. Or two, they've been told that omega-6s are bad for them. Has anybody heard that?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so let me just clear that bit of false information up real quick. The reason the omega-6s that are bad for us are the refined processed vegetable oils that's in the grocery store and in packaged foods. Okay, so when it's refined and heated, and you're buying like vegetable oil and cooking with that garbage, that is carcinogenic, horrible for the body. Creates inflammation, all kinds of problems. You're never going to get that from raw nuts and seeds. If God gave it to us and we're eating it in its raw form, it's good for us. Okay, so omega-6s are critically important, but you got to get it from a good quality raw source, not vegetable oils in the stores. So all those hydrogenated oils, that soybean oil, all that stuff, if you read food labels, that's the nasty stuff. Canola oil, yeah. That's stuff you want to avoid like the plague. Coconut. Huge fan of coconut. It's great to eat. It's great to cook with. It's great for your thyroid. It's great for your skin. It's sunscreen. That's what the islanders use for sunscreen. If you look at any natural sunscreen product, you'll find coconut oil. Very protective of the skin. Greens for the blood purifying and the blood cleansing effects. So green foods. Astaxanthin, and I listed chocolate because it's always fun where any class I can throw in the benefits of chocolate, right? So super high antioxidant foods protect the skin. Okay? So astaxanthin is one of the highest known ones, and that's, if you haven't heard of astaxanthin, you will real soon. It's going to be like the new, latest, greatest thing. I mean, people have known about it for years, but it's getting so incredibly popular because of the tremendous health benefits of it. But the most potent antioxidant known, it comes from red algae. A lot of athletes take it. It helps with recovery. It helps with muscle soreness, but also very, very protective of the body. I lived in Vegas for 7 years, and I started taking astaxanthin every day. And the first thing I noticed is that in the hot Vegas sun, I could go out longer without getting burned because it was so protective of my skin. So any high antioxidant food will help protect your skin in that way. So it'll help eliminate and prevent wrinkles and prevent your skin from burning when you're out in the sun or exposed to wind, like the ski wind burn or any of those types of things. So astaxanthin and chocolate are two really good ones for that. But chocolate, just to specify, has to be raw cacao, not a Hershey bar. Not M&Ms. You're not being like eating M&Ms. I can go hang out in the sun. It doesn't really work that way. Hey, aloe vera juice I kind of mentioned, but this is one of those timeless, ageless beauty secrets. Been used for thousands of years. One of the absolute best things you could ever possibly put on your body or in your body. You take it internally, you won't get colon cancer. Polyps. You just won't get them. I mean, aloe, just, we know how good it is for like burns and things like that, but we don't realize how important it is for the inside of our body as well, and how protective it is of the skin, and how many nutrients are in aloe. Yes?
Does aloe have a shelf life? I mean, does it get last?
Yeah, well, most of them are aloe vera juices,
Yeah.
so they're going to have an expiration date, but it's usually a good year and a half. Yeah. Vitamin C, because that's the main component of the collagen matrix. That's one of the main components of skin is vitamin C. So if you have vitamin C deficiencies, you'll get saggy skin. So I just put 3 of the highest known sources. It's in all citrus fruits, and red bell peppers are very high in vitamin C, and broccoli is very high in vitamin C, and there's tons of foods that are high in vitamin C. All your berries are high in vitamin C. So you want to do lots of those. And then bee products. I'm a huge, huge fan of bee products. And Cleopatra, if you know her, you've heard of her, she claimed that was her secret to beauty, was bee products. Honey, royal jelly, and bee pollen. Royal jelly is loaded with beneficial hormones, so it's great for hormone balancing, it's great for the adrenals, it's great for energy, and it's an amazing beauty product as well. Okay, and then a few herbs. How am I doing on time?
7:20.
Oh, yes. All right. So just a few herbs, and again, I could have listed 100, but I just listed what I thought were the best. Deer antler, I've talked about many, many, many times. But the reason deer antler is so amazing is because it has regenerative, rejuvenative, I can't believe I just said those 2 words, benefits. It's literally the velvety tips of the deer antler, which I know sounds weird to some people, but first of all, no deer were harmed in the making of this product. What they found is that it has such amazing healing properties that they've been using it in Chinese medicine for 5,000 years. It is the number 2 herb used in Chinese medicine. Okay, and that's saying a lot because it's the oldest system of medicine, the most studied system of medicine. Nobody studied more plants in the world than the Chinese, and they've been doing it for thousands of years. And it's the herb they use number 2. Okay, because it completely restores and regenerates the cells, healthy cells. It gets rid of dead, diseased, dying cells. It teaches the cells how to replicate properly. It completely rebuilds and regenerates the nervous system, the organ system. It reverses diabetes sometimes within 3 months because it helps people rebuild their pancreas. It's phenomenal. I've seen it heal so many people. I always give it to people who have had any kind of injury, like a traumatic injury, like a car accident, spinal injury, anything like that. Amazing, amazing restorative properties. Also very, very high in hyaluronic acid. Okay, hyaluronic acid is also a very important nutrient for the skin, and it's what cushions our joints, okay, like the synovial fluid in our joints. So it's amazing for people with joints or joint pain, deer antler as well. So we could go on forever about deer antler, but it's just an amazing, amazing product for so many things. Chaga, big fan of medicinal mushrooms. Chaga has a lot of nicknames. Mushroom of immortality and gift from God is what the Siberians called it. The Japanese called it the diamond of the forest, and the Chinese called it the king of all plants. So I'd say this is a pretty cool plant. The reason it's so powerful is, and medicinal mushrooms in general are so powerful, is because they grow on the sides of trees. Trees are the strongest, densest, most powerful plant life on the planet. Okay, so anything that grows on the side of a tree is going to be incredibly medicinal. That's why all barks of trees are so medicinal. You know, birch bark, amazing anti-cancer properties, slippery elm bark. There's all kinds of amazing barks in trees. But that's why Chaga is so powerful, because it grows on the side of birch trees, which is why it has such powerful anti-cancer, anti-tumor effects. But on the skin, it's amazing. Quick story, Natalie, a gal who worked here, she doesn't work here anymore, but she was getting married, and it was about 10 days before her wedding, and she had some acne like on her cheeks, and you know, she wanted to go away for her wedding, and she asked what I could take, and I said, you know, try the Chaga face cream. And she put it on every day, and it totally cleared up for her wedding. And it makes the skin just soft and smooth, and like, it's awesome, awesome stuff. But the main thing I use Chaga for is skin conditions. Eczema, psoriasis, skin cancers. It's phenomenal, 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 phenomenal. Dong Quai, one of the most commonly used herbs in Chinese medicine for hormone balancing. It's also a very potent blood purifier. So any blood purifier is going to be great for the skin. Okay, that's another little trick to getting rid of skin conditions, is to take some powerful blood cleansing herbs. Okay, because you cleanse the blood, it's going to clean up the skin. So Dong Quai works really good for that. At the bottom, dandelion is a great blood purifier. Burdock root's a great blood purifier. Red clover is a great blood purifier. There's a lot of them. I have a product, a tea called System Cleanse Tea that's just loaded with blood purifiers that you can drink as a tea. So those types of things are fantastic. He Shou Wu, otherwise known as Fo Tea, which is the weird American name. In Chinese medicine, it's Polygonum. This is a lot of stories behind He Shou Wu, but it's known to turn gray hair back to its natural color.
Right.
So that's the main thing it's known for, if it's not too late. Also a great fertility herb. I could tell a story about that, but I won't. Jogulin. I could have wrote a book on jogulin. Actually, I have a book in there about jogulin if anyone wants to read it. But we talked Tuesday in the herb class about Chinese tonic herbs. And jogulin is known as the immortality herb. They call it like ginseng, only better. Okay, so what was the #2 herb used in Chinese medicine? Deer antler. Any idea what the #1 herb used in Chinese medicine? Ginseng. Okay, but now with the studies that are being done, they're calling jogulin like ginseng, only better. Okay, jogulin is crazy amazing. It balances blood sugar, it reverses diabetes, it cleanses the blood, it lowers blood sugar, it lowers blood pressure, it lowers cholesterol and triglycerides. They use it for allergies, they use it for asthma. It strengthens the heart, it helps the heart to pump and work more efficiently, so it's great for athletes. It increases muscle mass, it increases weight for people who are underweight, and it helps people lose weight who are overweight. It's one of the most amazing, powerful plants on the planet. And if you plant the thing in your yard, it's a creeping vine, and within a year it'll completely take over your yard. So, awesome, awesome plant.
What did you say about the yard?
I said it's a creeping plant, it'll take over your yard.
Oh, okay.
Okay, licorice root. Licorice root is a great harmonizing herb. It just makes all the other formulas work better, so I just kind of threw it in there. But it's another great cleanser and blood purifier. Schizandra berries. This is probably the #1 herb used in Chinese medicine for women and for beauty. Schizandra berries. All the elite, so to speak, women, the imperial court, the royalty, they hoarded all the Schizandra berries. Like, you peasants can't have my Schizandra. Okay, Schizandra was very well revered because it helped women stay looking young and beautiful.
Do you eat it?
Yeah, I have Schizandra berries. You can boil it, make a tea, or I have powder too, or I have them with about different
Or can you
forms.
just throw it in?
Oh, you can throw it in a smoothie or just drink it as a tea. Yeah. Red raspberry. Just an excellent, safe women's herb, excellent for hormone balancing, safe for pregnant women, and stinging nettles too, both safe for pregnant women. Not a lot of herbs you recommend to pregnant women, but those are 2 of them. Horsetail because of the high silica content, and that's it. Any questions? Come on.
Is
Hey,
there-
all right.
You mix something that just has all this in it.
I know. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah,
Jeez.
No question, but a comment this morning on Good Morning America. There was, did you see the story
I
about
did.
the 18-year-old girl's 8-year-old girl's mother was
Yeah.
injecting her daughter with Botox.
Oh.
8 years
And make her
old.
shave her legs.
Waxing.
Yeah.
Did they get her for Chaga?
Yeah, that's
No,
good
but
stuff.
they were all talking.
Oh,
They
crazy.
She's in those
She used Botox,
pageants.
she's never stopped.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
it's ridiculous.
It is
Pageants
ridiculous.
should be
It's sad.
Oh, they said evidently that's what was going on.
Okay, so if I was going to start somewhere, this would be my recommendation. I should put it on here. I would absolutely start with the minerals because that's the foundation for everything that happens in your body. It's the building block for everything in your body, and it's how everything fires and works, and you're a giant ocean of electrical activity, and without minerals, you're nothing, okay? So start with the minerals. Okay, the second thing is the fats, because again, that's another foundational product. So your essential fatty acids, your omega-6s, make sure those are part of your diet, part of your daily life, whether you eat the foods or whether you supplement it. And then I would pick a Chinese tonicer and try it, whether it's Jogulin or Schizandra Berries or Chaga mushroom, and just try it and see how it makes you feel. Try it for a month. Try like a good tablespoon a day for a month. I guarantee you'll feel it because I take a tablespoon of Panax ginseng or something, and in 5 seconds I'm like, woo! I mean, you feel it, okay?
You just
so,
eat it?
Huh?
Do you just eat it?
Oh yeah, I put it in hot water and I drink it.
Oh, okay.
That's how I do it. But you can throw it in shakes or smoothies, however you want to do it. So minerals, your essential fats. I would say your antioxidant too, like the astaxanthin, because that's so powerful. I have a skin product called Derma-Astin that has the astaxanthin in it with the good fats in it. You know, so that's really good. And then, like I said, I try a Chinese tonic herb. So that gives you a place to start. You know, just get in like 2 or 3 things.
Do you know where we might find that face thing that you had up there, where we could find it on the internet or something?
You know what? If you guys are interested, there's a friend of mine in Vegas. He wrote a book called Heal Your Face. Do you know Marcus Rothkranz? Okay. Well, he, shoot, I don't know his website address.
But if you put in Heal Your Face, you know.
If you put in Heal Your Face Marcus Rothkranz, it should pop up. But he's got a Rothkranz, Rothkranz. And that's where these pictures came from. It's like a 200-page book about this stuff. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. He's a cool guy.
How powerful of a sunscreen is the Chaga skin cream?
Well, let me give you an example. Glad you asked that. I went to Canada with North American Herb and Spice, the company who produces that product, and we went fishing all day and were hunting for Chaga mushrooms in the forest and climbing trees and doing all that fun stuff. But we were out fishing on the lake for hours, and you know how easy it is to get sunburned when you're on the water fishing. Okay? Dr. Ingram, who's the owner of the company, said, hey, put that Chaga cream on your face. So we put the Chaga cream on our face, nobody got sunburned. No sunscreen, just the Chaga skin cream on our face. No sunburn. Out fishing for 5-6 hours.
Do you
So
wear that daily as like a moisturizer, or is it just?
you can.
Just use
It's
it as a
it's a little bit tricky because it's, how should I say it? It's so natural. It's a little bit tricky because it's very powerful. It's got essential oils in it, so it has a strong smell for starters. Okay. The second thing is,
Like it reeks, or?
no, it doesn't smell bad. It doesn't smell bad. It just smells like essential oils. It's just
Okay.
like people might be like, "What is that smell?" You know what I mean? The other thing is a lot of women will put on at night before bed, but it's brown. So unless you don't have brown sheets, it might kind of get on your sheets a little bit. So those are 2 things I always tell people before they buy it, because I don't want them to, be mad at me or something. So.
If you wear it during the day too, like you have white on, it would be all brown.
Well, yeah, if you have it around your shirt or something, sure, yeah. So yeah, you have to be careful with it because of that. So
You said it makes your skin brown?
no,
No, it just, the color of the Chaga mushroom is brown, so the color comes off, but if you washed out.
If you use coconut oil as a
sunscreen.
Right.
I mean, it's pretty shiny. Can you put it on ahead of time and let it soak in so that?
Yeah, you can. You don't want to use it coconut oil exclusively as a sunscreen. If you look at the natural sunscreen products, they're going to have multiple things in it. You know, if you did that, you'd have to reapply it like over and over and over. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I've tried it, it's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough. Yeah. But if you did the astaxanthin and the coconut oil, I would almost guarantee you could stay out in the sun for 2-3 hours and not get sunburned. I mean, I don't want to say that and somebody goes to get sunburned, but I mean, that astaxanthin is amazingly protective of the skin.
So did I see somewhere in here that you're against regular old-fashioned sunscreens?
Yeah, I don't know if I put it in there or not, but
That's
it's an absolute
absolutely-
fact that the 5 most common ingredients in sunscreen cause cancer because there are chemicals. They're putting chemicals on your skin. So what did I say about melanoma? Melanoma is toxins coming out of the skin, and then the sun burns them and damages your skin cells. That's where that melanoma cancer comes from. So if you're putting toxic chemicals that are poisons on your body, and then the sun is interacting with those chemicals, it's going to cause skin cancer.
So you suggest what then?
Natural sunscreens.
Okay.
You just
You have to watch for
the
them.
only downside of natural sunscreens is you have to reapply them more often.
Okay.
So my general rule of thumb with sun is you should get as much as you possibly can without burning yourself. Okay, if you're going to be out all day, I would rather use a sunscreen and not get burned than get burned.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But if you look at other cultures, you know, like if you look at people from Asia and things like that, they wear big hats and long, light
Absolutely.
clothing.
Right.
Okay, because they know these things. So.
So if you're going through a detox, you don't necessarily want to be out in the sun because what's coming out of your skin is being baked into your skin, right?
If you're going through a detox, no, I wouldn't worry about it then. This sun is so healing, and if you're going through a detox, you know, you're going to focus on your colon and your liver and those kind of things. You know, if you're doing a detox and you want to get the stuff out of your skin right away, just do a far infrared sauna. That pulls everything out of your skin immediately. Yeah. And it feels good. Oh, the sauna is so
In the winter, it
awesome.
feels great.
Yeah. Anything else? Okay, cool. Let's see. What